Jigger, if you can hear me, let me know. Okay. All right, I got my little microphone. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Karen. How's it going? Can you guys hear me? Let me get my... I need to get this one on so I can actually read the comments all right. If you can hear me, let me know. We're just going to wait for a minute for people to get in. Hi, Deidre. Can everybody hear me? Yes? I guess I could just turn my volume up. I'm just going to wait for a minute. You can hear me. All right. I got all my questions right here. I'm going to get my little clipboard. I'm in a different place this time. I thought I would do a little something different. Okie dokie. Hi, Sally. I think that I can just set this on the floor. I'm going to set it on the floor and see if you can hear me. It picks up pretty good, so you should be able to. But I just want to test it out. Happy Wednesday. All right. I think you can hear me pretty well. I guess I can just check it myself, Tia. Hi, Dixie. I'm testing. I think it's actually maybe not. Oh, yeah, it's loud enough. Okay. Okay. All right. All right, let's answer these questions. Lost a lot of volume. Okay, Deidre, I will just go ahead and hold it, which is totally fine. I don't have another little stand right here, so yeah, we'll just hold it and we'll just chat, do a little podcast style, okay? All right, so I'm pulling up the questions that I asked in the group. If you have, I don't have a chair right here. I was hoping to just get it. Okay, Deidre, you're right. All right, I use this little cart whenever I'm doing consultations, so I found a cart. I'm going to just use this mobile cart thing. And then we'll put it on the cart. And I'll move this down. All right. Thanks, guys. I was trying to just let's just do it quick and do this, but sometimes you got to just do it the right way. Can't be quickety, splickety. Oh, good. Now I can put my comments right here. I can put my little, I just got this. This is A&W. It's 0 sugar. Why it took forever to get a 0 sugar root beer, I don't know, because I love root beer, but it has a lot of sugar in it. So it's pretty good. It's not too sweet. Sometimes it's too sweet. Alrighty. So I have the questions that I asked for. I had the questions that I asked in the group, but if you have anything specifically that you want me to address during this live, let me know. But I'm just going to start with the questions that were pre-submitted. I actually type up questions that you guys put in the chat, like in the group and stuff. So I have 1, 2, 3, I have multiple pages of your questions. So I do keep them to either make little videos on or to make other things, do these videos. So I do keep them. Hi, Tracy. 60 degrees. What? It's 42 here. Not cool. Hi, Emerson. Hello. Okay, so if you have any of your wig questions, go ahead and ask them. I am going to start with the ones for the people that submitted 70 degrees. Absolutely not. I am going to answer the questions for the people who submitted. And then if you guys ask questions, I'll write them down. You guys are killing me right now. I put these sort of out of order, so... Tia. All right, right here. Okay. So the first question was from Rachel B. What do you use to make an updo stay or even braiding? Pieces always slide out. So I use one of 3 products. I use some type of like styling cream, like the Peace Out cream, the Beauty Mark cream. This is actually sitting here. These are all like my test products for if I'm like working with somebody. So I use this Beauty Mark shaping cream, the John Renault Peace Out cream, and the Beauty Balm by Envy. They're all basically the same product. I actually just did a video on this shaping cream. So this is really good, especially if you're like doing styling and braiding and you do have those little random, you know, pieces hanging out. This would be great. So I use this maybe to just prep it, like say you're going to do some braiding or a big updo, just kind of use the littlest bit and rub it all through there and do the updo. If I need a light hold, then I use the Tressalore Wig Wax along with the shaping cream, okay? If I need something more, then I actually like the Rene of Paris holding spray. It's much heavier. So this is the small version. It comes in a big version, but it's the Protect Holding Spray. So something like this, or the Aesthetica Shape and Hold Spray, that would be a good one too, which I'll grab that for ya. So yeah, this, and they just upgraded. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm missing him so much. So like, I either wear my t-shirts for the boutique or I wear like this type of stuff, marine sweatshirts, or this Aesthetica Shape and Hold Spray. So that's what I use when I'm doing the styling. I think sometimes you do need a combination. I do start with like one and then add the rest. I try not to go overboard with like styling products unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so hopefully I answered Rachel's question and put a little check mark. Next, Judy G says, can you curl a straight style? So the short answer is yes. The long answer is yes, but there's a bunch of caveats that I would say with that. So the first thing is, obviously, is it heat safe or is it not heat safe? So if it's heat safe, then you can use the Cool Flow by Tressalore. You can use the Air Styler. You can even use the Rene Paris Hot Tool. If you're using the Rene Paris Hot Tool for curling, there is, in my estimation, a little learning curve with that. So I would say I always say this, keep an old wig around that you can use to test on, to test techniques, to practice. I think a lot of times, like, even if it's your bio hair, like sometimes people are just not used to styling. If you never really styled your bio hair and then you're going to go in and be like, oh, I want to curl and straight and do all this with a wig, I think you're going to end up probably messing up a couple wigs. So you either need to know that going in, or you need to like have the backup one and practice. I always say, if you can get the style that you want in a wig, just get that style. Like, unless it's human hair, obviously, but we're talking about synthetic. If you want a curly synthetic wig, then just get the curly synthetic wig. I try to avoid heat unless it's absolutely necessary, and that's just my 2 cents about it. If you're using a non-heat safe wig, then you have other techniques that can be done so that you don't ruin the wig, but again, takes a lot of practice and testing. I customize wigs, so if you wanted a wig curled, then you could send it to me and I could do that. You can use steamers and curlers and things like that, but I mean, I've done a lot of them, and it does take some time. The other thing I have found is when I'm trying to style a wig, I actually try to wear the wig and style it, just because I did have long hair before and I did style it all the time. So I was pretty good at styling. And obviously, if you're styling your bio hair, you're styling it on yourself. I did find that when I was first starting to work with wigs, when I would try to style them on a head, it didn't come out as good as it would when I styled it on myself, because it's like opposite of what you're normally doing. You said you're having a heat wave, Karen. What did you say? 57 degrees. We're getting a storm, a big storm here, I think Wednesday night well, is this Wednesday? Holy crap. Tonight into tomorrow, we're supposed to get a huge storm. So, yay. So the answer is yes. Can you curl a straight wig? You can. It will take a little bit of practice. Anybody have any comments or questions about like curling a wig, or your thoughts, or, do you have any other tips or ideas? Go ahead and put those in the chat so we can chat about it. But hopefully that answered that one. Okay, Vina asks, how do you use sea salt and what is it for? This is actually a good question. And I do have a pretty old video on that. So I feel like I need to do maybe like, and I'll write this down. Would you guys like a product roundup where I go through maybe a couple products and actually demonstrate them and show how I use them? Or like I just did with the shaping cream, I can just do it in one video, like one product per video, have it be a smaller or shorter video and demonstrate that. If you guys want me to do that, I can do that. Product roundup with the demonstrations, I think is the most important part. So what is sea salt spray and what is it for? So let me grab it. 73 here. Listen, Dixie. All right, so this is the Aesthetica. Hi, Ellie. This is the Aesthetica sea salt spray. Jean Renault also has a sea salt spray. They're the only two that have a sea salt spray that I know of. I really, really love this one. It smells great. I like the Jean Renault one too. I just had more of this on hand. So what sea salt spray is good for is a couple things. One of the main things is to add some texture, add some definition. Yeah. Add some definition to a wavy wig or even a curly wig. I don't think it does as much to add texture. Well, not texture in the way of like adding waves. But if a wave or a wig is kind of wavy, especially if it's kind of fallen, I can think of a wig that really this would work so well on. It would be like mellow, even like California beach waves or beach wave magic. This would be a great product for just to kind of vump it up and zhuzh it up a little bit and give you some volume and a little bit more texture. I also use sea salt spray on wigs that are super fine. Like this is a great example. This is Renee Paris's Cheyenne, and she's pretty straight and can be silky. So I actually use sea salt spray. Jones, that's a good one. Deidre. Hi, Lisa. I think that this is a good wig to not demonstrate, but to talk about using sea salt spray to kind of dirty it up a little bit, to give it some texture when it's a little too silky, so that it doesn't like tangle as much and it doesn't, get like the static and all that. Sometimes a straight wig, sorry, girlfriend, can be a little bit too silky. I use sea salt spray sometimes not to actually add the wave, but to give it a little texture. So that's the other way that you can use sea salt spray that I don't feel like people necessarily talk. The sheets look so cute. Talk about. So that is how you use sea salt spray and what is it for. I would say one thing to keep in mind when you use sea salt spray, this is made for synthetic fibers, but it is one of the products, along with like that Renee Paris Protect and Hold spray, that I feel like can build up quite a bit. Any of the Tress Tech products are brush out products, which meaning when you use the wig wax and then you do your detangling, it will kind of brush out. Some of these other products, like the Beauty Mark Shaping Cream, any of these like more firmer hold sprays, sea salt spray, that is going to build up. So you're just going to want to keep that in mind, how much you add, and you know, that you're washing it and doing all of that. Don W said, I was hairstyling challenged when I wear bio hair. Styling with a wig is plopping it on and combing it out a little. Don, that's the point. So, I mean, if you're going to get a wig, especially a synthetic wig, then, you know, you just need to, I just feel like get one that's curly or wavy, get one that's straight. You know what I mean? And then you're not really playing around, because though you can put heat on wigs, and you can, I feel like it should just be situational. Like maybe it was wavy and you just want it to be straight, so just flat iron it and then don't keep doing it. But when you're going to be going back and forth and back and forth, you're going to shorten the length of your wig no matter what. And then you know, the other thing is just like you're going to Deidre, I got you. Let me finish my sentence and then I'll address that. I just think that you're going to end up, and I feel like you just can never put back what you've taken back. It's never going to look exactly the same. So say you even have Jones, for instance, or not Jones, let's say Beach Wave Magic, and you flat iron it. If you decide to put beach waves back into it, you can do it. It's just never going to look the same to me. So, so I've heard multiple times that ammo dimethicone doesn't build up the way the other ones do. I don't know. I can't speak to that. I could look at the ingredients list. The ingredients list on this is even too small for my glasses, so I'd have to pull it up from the website. I just know that these the Tress Allure products are brush out formulas, so maybe they have one thing and then the other ones don't. But these Tress Allure products are called brush out formulas. I'm assuming, I mean, obviously it means it does or does not have a particular type of ingredient, but what that exact name is, I couldn't say that. I just know these are designed to be done that way. I mean, and frankly, some of the products you don't want to necessarily be brush out, like the shaping cream, or if you're using, you know, if you're using this as a light spray here and there, but if you want to do an updo and braids and all kind of pins, you don't want to be able to just easily brush it out. So you're going to want something that's going to stick to the fibers. Just go ahead and make sure that, you know, you're washing it appropriately if you do that. So Miss Deidre has a question I'm going to answer. Dawn says, keep it simple. Yeah, like just keep it simple. And when I do consultations in the store, I always say that water's your first friend with a synthetic wig. Heat safe or not, whatever. Use water, do as much as you can with that, and then you add the next level and the next level and the next level. Some people want to use all the products all the time, and I found that so many things are just easier done with your hands and water. So, okay, next. Deidre, I have videos on the lift comb, but not to lessen permatease. Let me go see really quick if I have a wig that has permatease in it. One of mine. I have some of mine here because I was doing a Coach Closet clean out. So I may be able to demonstrate that for you. If I don't have one right here, then I will make a video on it. But just give me a moment. Lift comb for permatease lessening. That's a very specific way to use it. It's a great way to use it. So I just have like 3 more questions to answer, and then I'll go do that, and I'll show you that demonstration. Okie dokie. Yeah, water, man. I noticed that the more products I use, the fibers feel heavier. Yeah, because it's building up on there, Sally. Yeah, Karen, I'm not sure what the names are in terms of which which chemicals build up or don't. Okay, next. Vina also asks, how do you use the silky sprays? Very, very, very lightly. The silk fiber sprays, do I have one? I do. So I have one here. This is the Awesome. Oh, this is the leave-in conditioner from Awesome, but I do have a silky spray. And I think that, yeah, out of the wig products that I have, the 2 are Aesthetica Revitalize and Shine, which is, I don't have that right here. And the Renee Paris Revive Liquid Wig Wax has no. Yeah, so the Revitalize and Shine and the Renee Paris Revive Enhancement, those are reparative products. That's what they're made for. So it makes sense that they wouldn't be building up because they're trying to repair. So that does make sense. What was I talking about? Oh, the silky sprays. I have to tell you, when I first started wearing wigs, my biggest mistake I ever made was going ham on those silky sprays, because it can go from, dry to greasy like that. Like, I love the silk sprays, but I'm telling you, please, I actually at first don't spray it right onto the fibers. I spray the silky sprays onto my fingers, or even onto the comb, and then try to work it through that way, because there are so many times, and if you're like old school on my channel, I used to do my wig reviews primarily 2 different times. Either in the morning when I was getting ready for work, so literally after I was done with the video, I was going to work, or if I was getting ready to go out. You know what I mean? So do you know how many times I'd be filming a video and I was like trying different techniques or doing whatever, and I'd be like, oh, it's a little bit dry, and I would be like, psh, psh, and just go so far with the silky spray, because I just wasn't, you learn and you experience and you get to know things. And I'd be like having to change my wig. I would do the review, and then I'd literally have to change my wig and be late because I had put so much in there. Like, it can wash out and everything, but silky sprays should be used if you feel like the wig is a little bit dry, and you just want to kind of, or if it looks kind of dull in general and you want to kind of bring back a little luster. Again, please use it sparingly. Use it so sparingly. It is one of the products that can go from 0 to oops real quick. And there's no quick way to get it out. So yeah, Sully said she did the same thing. Oh, I know. Deidre does not like permatease. I will definitely show you. Yeah, okay, so we're talking about those things. Okay, so that is kind of the how you use the silky sprays. Don Y asks, what product can I use on the ends of my curls? Sometimes they look crunchy. So I'm gonna be a broken record here, especially with curls. The first one that I would use is water. Spray it all down, detangle it, let it dry. The thing I see, not only in myself, but like that I see, is that when people get curly wigs, they want to play with it too much. And I had natural curly hair, even my bio hair. If I'm playing around with it, touching it too much, running my fingers through, it just ends up messing it up. If you want a truly curly wig, the less you touch it, the better. The less you play around with it, the better. And if you feel like you need to bring back the curl or do what have you, or the ends are kind of weird, again, start with the water, Those silky sprays are really nice for that. But again, I would literally like spray it on my fingers and kind of just run through the tendrils like this, and work the product in that way. I would not do a whole heck of a lot. The other thing you can do is you can do like use the conditioner, like the Renee Paris conditioner, and you can use those just on the ends. So you don't, or the dual leave-in conditioner. This is really great too. So you can spot treat with this. I love this. This is going to be nice for your crunchy ends, straight or curly. But don't be afraid to be like putting in your little basin, your water, and you have your conditioner, and then just like dipping the ends in. You don't have to submerge your whole wig. You don't have to do that. If your ends are just what's weird, then just treat the ends, and then you are going to, make the wig itself last a bit longer. Okay, and then Karen says, and at the nape. Oh yeah, I love this at the nape. I wouldn't say that it completely gets rid of tangling at the nape, because that has a lot to do with friction, especially with your like clothes and things, but it does help the detangling of it quite easily. So that is a product, the dual leave-in conditioner, I think can be used for a jillion things. Okay. And then Vina asked, how can I curl a non-heat friendly wig, and how do I do that? I answered part of this. The how do I do that? I guess that's a video demonstration I would need to make, because I can't just verbally explain that. That's something that needs a whole video to it. Okay. I have other questions on here. These ones were the ones that were asked for this specific live. And since Deidre's here and she wants her question answered, I'm going to do that. And then I'll go back over some of these other questions that I've been collecting. So Deidre and Permatease are not friends. Before I show you what I'm going to show you, I just want to explain for some people who may not know, A, what Permatease is, and B, why it is. And then we will go through and I will show a demonstration on how I sort of break up the Permatease. So Permatease, it's called Permatease in the like sort of name brand wig area. And then if you're in the beauty supply area, they will call it filler fiber. It's the same thing. And that is what it is. It's a filler fiber. It's used in a couple different ways for a couple different reasons. I can think of Tressalores, Ashwin, Noriko's, Angelica. It has Permatease right here at the crown. And it is to make that sort of the shape stay, because without the Permatease, it would be like too flat. And that's supposed to be sort of that Jennifer Aniston, like, beautiful long waves. So sometimes Permatease is made to keep the shape of the style. All right. And then sometimes Permatease is used to cover up something, whether it's you have a full cap wig and you want to make sure that the wefting isn't going to show. Sometimes they'll add Permatease instead of adding additional hair. And so one thing that can happen, does happen, frequently happens, is as it's in the box and it's sitting there, and who knows how long it's sitting there and it's getting to you, it's sort of warming up in that box. And those fibers, just like anything else that you pack into a box, can get sort of packed down and pressed down. So one of the things you need to do is like wake up the Permatease, and you need to break it up, because I feel like it can, mat up a little bit, simply from just like being in the box. Thanks for the anti-crunch care. Hopefully that was helpful. And so there's a couple ways to do that, and I'm going to show you. I'm pretty sure I have one that needs to be done. So I'm going to show you two different tools. I actually prefer one or the over the other. But the two tools. So these are two tools. I love this one, and I feel like this one is good if you really have some issues, okay? So let's talk about the tools, and then I'll do the demonstration. The first one is the Beauty Mark. I think it's called the Hair Tricks. And this one is definitely like thicker. It has the metal. These are going to be sharper. no matter which one of these you use, this is not a regular comb. I've seen so many people using this as a detangling comb, and this is the quickest way to rip your lace. If you have a lace front, be careful using these. They're very great. They're just such good tools, but these are very specific tools with a very specific purpose. This is a lift comb, and this also helps to break up the permatease. And as you can see, this one is, bigger and just thicker and all of that. I really like this one. I like this one if you really have some, especially like a full cap wig that has a lot of permatease. This is going to be a good one for you. I'm thinking of like Renee Paris Lane has a bunch. Even like Main Attraction Showgirl can have some. This would be a good one. The one that I most frequently use is this one. This is a Renee Paris lip comb. This is just plastic. Again, these these are kind of sharp. And this will rip your lace. Do not use this as a regular comb. So I'm going to give you a demonstration on the permatease. While I grab a wig or a couple to do that, if you have other questions that you want me to address, because we'll be here till 6 o'clock, go ahead and put them in the chat while I grab that. All right, so this is Henry Margou's Harper. This is one that I am sort of rehabbing. So this one's been worn. So the permatease isn't crazy, but you can kind of see it here. The permatease right here. This cap construction is that wide lace front edge. And so permatease almost always starts where there isn't lace. So in this area, it can also be right at the part, and you can kind of see this is the lace here, and then you can kind of see that here's the lace, and then you see here the permatease starts right there just beyond the lace. Okay, I use silicone mixed bamboo for the ends of my curly. Yeah, that really works well. I do feel like you can go too much with the silicone mix. That's just my experience too. So the first thing that I do in order to make sure that we're going to break up this permatease and make it lay as flat as possible is I start from the back, the furthest away from the lace. I also, if it has lace, now if it doesn't have lace, you don't have to do this. If it has lace, I will actually put my thumb and finger here and sort of cover the lace. So the lace ends where my thumb is right now. So I hold it that way so that I can't accidentally scrape over the lace or the monofilament or anything. So that's how I'm going to grasp this wig, and in order to make sure, because listen, I have ADHD and I'm just doing things quick, and so I want to make sure I don't accidentally do it. So that's how I'm going to hold the wig. All right, I'm going to start at the back, and what I do is come down on this and sort of break this up. And I don't rake on through here. I actually work these down into the style, and we're going to work these all the way back. And I'm going to keep doing that over the entire section that has the permatease. And I do this like wiggling motion to make sure I'm breaking up any fibers that might be like sticking together or what have you. Okay? So that's sort of the step one. If I feel like there's still so much that is sticking up or stuck together, then I'll do one of these where I kind of start from the top and work back. But I always start in the back and work forward first. And you can already see that that is sort of smoothing out already, just doing that. Now that I've done that, I've kind of tangled it here. So I'm going to get my wide tooth comb. I'm going to get my wide tooth comb, and you detangle from the bottom up. So I'm going to go ahead and detangle it just so I don't make a bigger mess. I'm trying to get rid of permatease, and I'm not trying to add some stuff. And then I'm going to shake it and kind of see what we're working with. So it definitely loosened it up quite a bit. And then this is my wig, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on without my little cap just to show you. Yeah, you can see that this is, you know, it's already sort of laying down a little bit more. And then if I feel like, okay, that's good. One of the things that I feel like is wherever the wig is parted. So it wants to be parted this way. Avery's another one that I can think of, and Lane. When it like lays in the box and it's like parted a particular way, I like to kind of shift the part where the permatease is, because I do feel like it makes it look a little bit more natural. So again, I'm going to hold this at the lace because this one has lace. I'm going to move this, and I'm actually going to kind of shift the part. And I feel like to the left or the right, wherever the concentration of permatease is, it's like less matted usually, if that makes sense. So do you see, I like to kind of move the part a little bit, and then I feel like the permatease isn't, it's helping the style as opposed to like fighting with the style. And I'll get my fingers right down in here and move this around, and you can kind of see what I mean. It's giving a, you know, more of a natural type of look. And this is just what I do for permatease without heat. This is a non-heat friendly wig. And so I've used the comb, and no matter if, so say somebody like gives me a wig and they want me to, you know, to fix the permatease and make it lay as flat as possible, or if I'm doing it for myself, I still use this lift comb to break stuff up, even if I think I still, like, I might need to use like a steamer or something. I still break the permatease up before I steam it, because sometimes I feel like if you don't, you're kind of steaming in more of the matting. Is that making sense, what I'm saying? I feel like you want to break it up no matter what. This would be a good wig to demonstrate, I think, putting curls back into a wig, because this used to have curls. This was like a wig that I used to like demo and do stuff with. So yeah, so now do you see how that's kind of changed how that looks? Hopefully that, Deidre, did that help you? Okay. So then the next step would be, say I break it up, Deidre, and you want it to lay a little flatter, then I would do the steaming. If you want me to do a video on that, I have no problem doing it. I have a lot of videos on my channel where I'm using the steamer, but I used to just like film stuff and not do a lot of voiceovers or a lot of like, you know, direction. Okay, then I'll do one where I actually am telling you what I'm doing as well. Okay, I think Cindy had some stuff. Let me go back. Anti-crunch care. That's actually, that's cute. Anti-crunch care. Okay, Cindy says, I need to thin, I caught what you meant. I need to thin the sides of some of my wigs, but I'm not sure how. Do you have a video on that? Yes, I do. And I think I just did a video on it. But I'm actually thinning a wig for a customer this week. So I can make sure that I concentrate and talk about thinning the sides. But I'm pretty sure I just put a video up. If I didn't just put it up, I will put it up this week because it's definitely filmed and edited. Thinning the sides of a wig. One of the big tips, just so you know, for like thinning that I use, and I don't often say it out loud, and I've been trying to say it more in the videos that I've been filming. Whenever someone has a wig for me to customize, I've been filming it now so that I can put it up on the channel for everybody. One of the things that I do when I thin a wig, but I don't talk about very much, is that I really avoid the full top layer of a wig when I thin it, because when you thin a wig, if you thin a little bit too much, you can actually be creating short, smaller fibers. You can actually be like adding in what permatease might do for a wig and not mean it. And then the other thing is I feel like if you thin too much on these top layers, you're really risking like the wefts showing. So when I thin a wig, I automatically will take like this whole top part. Well, I guess I need to put it on because I don't have a mannequin head to show you. I would take this whole top part, this whole top layer, and pull all this down, and I would clip all of this up at the top or out of the way, and I would start thinning from here down, just so that even if I go too much in the thinning, then I'm not risking the weft showing or like over thinning on the layers. And frankly, I feel like the top layers of the wig are usually like the prettiest, and they have the most personality. So it's like I really concentrate more on the underside of the wig when I'm doing the thinning. How is best technique for just trimming the length, not a straight cut? I am not a licensed hairstylist. So I have a technique that I use. It's something I made up. I don't know if it's the best or not. But I can kind of show you what I do. I often part the wig in the back so that it's like two equal sides, and I do this thing where I like twist it like this, and then I would cut the ends off like that, and then I might go up and do this on the bottom, and I find that it looks really, it looks good for me. That's how I do it. I just make that up. I don't know if that's what you should do or not. Anytime I want any specific type of cutting, then I just get a hairdresser to do it. I am, inside tea, I am hoping by the end of the year, I'm hiring 2 more people, hopefully by the end of the year. That's the goal. And I need someone to help me work in the store. So I am really hoping that the person that I hire is actually, she's going to be, or they are going to be a hairstylist, a licensed hairstylist. Hairstyling in different states is different. Pennsylvania has pretty specific rules for what you can and can't do. There's a lot of stuff I'm allowed to do, but there's a lot of stuff that I can't do. And I don't have the expertise. I can't have the expertise in everything. So I feel like adding someone who has that expertise in styling and really gets good with the wigs, which means like if you order a wig from me and you're like, oh, I want it to have a curtain bang, then I would have someone on hand to be able to customize it right there. If you came into the boutique and say you got a topper, I could have someone style it and do it right there. Okay. And I would hope, I'm hoping to find someone that can also do brow lamination and lash extensions. So that's what I'm hoping for. And I think then, I have an expertise in certain things with synthetic wigs. I can do a lot of customizations. And I can cut wigs, but I don't feel like I can charge to cut a wig because I'm not a hairstylist, and I can't do something extremely specific. Like I have my 3 ways that I cut on my own wigs. I love them. They look good. But if someone wanted something very specific, like that they wanted it tapered or they wanted flowing layers, whatever they would say, I would want to be able to provide a professional service for that part. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I missed? Anybody on here have a specific question? And if not, I'll go on to the next question on my list. Okay. So, Patricia M says, you look good in most of the wigs you try on. How can you figure out what wigs best fit my features or will look good on me? I do play with my units more. Okay, so I think this was also a response in me saying this. So I think it's really important that you learn your face shape. That would be my first, what should you do to find a wig that looks good on you? If you've had bio hair and you have played around with your hair, it's really awesome that like you can try all kinds of wigs. Like, you're not locked into the hair that you had if you start to wear wigs, which opens up all kinds of doors, which is awesome. But just like anything else, not every door is for you though. And I think some people like will look at a wig on someone else and be like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute, I want that. But I want you to consider your face shape. You know, it learn your face shape, know your face shape. I think I have more of a universal face shape. I think that's why I'm able to wear a lot of different wigs. And I think I feel like it's a gift that was given to me so that I can help you guys more. If I had a really specific face that could only wear certain styles, then when I did live sales, like it just wouldn't work out. I think that knowing that though, I mean, I'm sure as a kid or throughout your life, you tried a hairstyle and it was like a disaster for you. So don't get wigs that look anything like that. I think it's important to like maybe even keep like a little list or a little journal of if you run into a wig and you're like, this does not look good on me. It's just as important to understand what doesn't look good on you with wigs than it does to like what does look good on you. Okay. The other thing I think plays a key factor in is your skin tone and your undertone. I have a neutral skin tone and undertone. So I can wear both warm and cool tones. Like I can wear both gold and silver jewelry and it looks fine either way. Some people really, have a cooler undertone. Some people really pull warmer. Some people have an olive, which is real complicated with colors. So knowing that is also going to be really important. And I think that partially what looks good on you is also where you are mentally with wigs. I just did a video where I was doing like a clean out because I'm going to do Friday's sale is a clearance sale, but it's also a Coach Closet clean out. And I think that there was wigs and I know, like I have photos of me wearing some of these wigs. I wore them all the time. I love them. I mean, I felt like I looked amazing and I put them on and I was like, I don't look great in these. I think partially it's, it could be lighting. Like Deidre said, that we're more critical on ourselves and what what we think looks good on us or doesn't look good on us. But I also feel like sometimes it's like, it's not the wig that doesn't or doesn't look good. It's like our tastes change. If you've known me from back in the day, I was like the blonder the better. I liked my ashy, cool blondes, thick money pieces. I still love a money piece. But I mean, the blonder the better and the longer the better. The longer the better, the blonder the better. That was like my go-to. And I feel like I still love a long wig. But I definitely have shifted in wigs that I'm wearing for myself, not, for live sales or for videos. If I'm wearing it out and about, I'm really pushing like the brunette a lot more. That was just not in my wheelhouse at all. So I would say learn what your face shape is and then search it. Like if you figure out you have a round face shape, search round face shape and kind of start to get to know what wig reviewers or models or celebrities, like people that you see pictures of all the time, start looking and seeing what they're doing with their hair, what they're wearing, and then maybe try those styles because you have a similar face shape. I also think that people do not consider the length of their face and their height in what may or may not look good. I always say I'm 5'6.5". My face is, I think it's 8 1/4. And that really makes sense. If you have a much longer face than me, then, if I'm wearing a chin length bob that's hitting me here, it's not going to hit you there. It's going to look different. If you're much taller than me, then your wig is going to be much shorter than it looks like on me. So understanding what your particular proportions are is also a really, really good thing. It's hard though, because like in the stock photos and stuff, like you don't know what that model, like what her face length is or what her height is. So, I mean, get to know the people that you're watching. I say it frequently, and if you ask me, I'll tell you my height, my weight, my measurements. get to know the people that you're watching. And if they haven't shared that, ask them, like, how long is your face? How tall are you? So that you can kind of judge too whether that would work for you or it wouldn't. So Dixie is saying, yeah, Deidre says we're more critical. Okay, Dixie says, yeah, if I knew then, some of it is trial and error, but once you start paying attention, I think we pay attention to what we like more than we do when we don't like. So I have like client cards here that I make up for all the people that come into the boutique. These little client cards here, and I make notes and write down what they don't like just as much as what they do like, because next time they come in, they might be like, oh yeah, I definitely want a blonde. And I'm like, okay girl, we went through this. You have like one type of blonde. You can't pick all the blondes. It didn't work for you the last time that we were here. Sally says, I have a round face. I love a pixie cut, but it doesn't look good on me. Yeah, you need a very specific type of shortcut. Some folks with round faces look beauticious in pixies, which I think indicates that there's more involved in face shape. Other is proportion, features, color, etc. And the cut of the pixie. Don't quote me, but I think like an asymmetrical works a little bit better for a round face shape, but I have notes on all of that, like the different face shapes and what kind of styles look good with what. But I'd have to like go look at it to make sure. And I know sometimes it stinks. I know some people are like, it's funny because people love me wearing pixies. My partner's mom specifically, she loves me in short hair. She loves me in pixies. And I'm like, if I'm on my own time, if I have to choose a wig for an event, it's never been a short wig, except for this very last time that I went to that event with my partner. I wore Renee Paris's V, which is a pixie, but it's also asymmetrical, and it was really, really cute. That's the first time I have ever worn a short wig to any event ever. I always wear a long wig, and people love it on me, and I just don't. So yeah. Okay, so it's 5:55. I answered a bunch of these questions, and I have a bunch of videos I'm gonna need to film. Is there any last minute questions that people want me to answer before we're done with this particular one? Oh, there's some good ones coming up for another video. All right, so I've been doing this once a month, and I'm going to keep on doing it. So I'm scheduling all the lives and all the live sales for March. So you should see that in the next week or so. Can you make a permatease top look like it has a part? You can. I know, Deidre. I was like, wow, that was quick. Why don't I go ahead and add in that to the permatease video, Cindy? How to make a permatease wig look more like it has a part. I think that's going to be good. Like, I'll just do the whole permatease Bible thing. Hi, Judy. Okay, great. I figured out the permatease part. You did figure it out, or you? I'm not sure. I mean that. Hi, Gina. Yes, I have a small face, 6 inches, and I'm 5'3". Yeah. So, you know, wearing a whole long, big, curly wig isn't going to work for you. I have a heart-shaped face, which has little to do with the crappy look. Low skull height and a short forehead are bigger contributors. Yeah, I mean, we just have to know like our whole face and just get to know it looks good on us. Okie dokie. Well, this was fun. I think next month I'm potentially doing this twice in a month instead of one time. So if you aren't on the newsletter, please check that out. If you're not in the Hangout group, please go ahead and join because this is where I like announce these. Obviously, it's on my channel if you haven't subscribed. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on this channel. And so it would be really helpful if you haven't subscribed. If you did, I'm trying to think where I'm at. I am at, how many subscribers am I at? I feel like it's 9,040. So yeah, we got a little ways to go. 960 to go, but that's okay. We're going to get there. Thank you guys for being here. Like I said, I might do this 2 times next month. And so, yeah, I want to thank you guys so much. I love answering your questions. I love hanging out. I was looking forward to this all day. And I will see you soon. I love you, Trace. Love you, Karen. Love you, Dixie. Love you guys so much. Bye. Love you, Deidre. Love you, Lisa. I'm like just in a love you kind of mood. See, I'm not sick anymore, and that's the thing. Once I'm not sick anymore, then I'm not, I'm in such a better mood. But yeah, have a great Wednesday. I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you online. I'll see you in the group, and bye. Do 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 do. Bye 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 bye. Bye.